This is the recommended the Office of Pretrial Services.
Move approval.
Second, Mr. President, if I could make a few comments.
Yes, please. Yes, no, I think this will be a Supervisor Shirakawa.
Yeah, Mr. President, I'd like to withdraw my recommendation at this time for the reduction. A couple of first of all, I think I'd like to refer to the administration to have a discussion certainly with the courts. And if you look at other parts of the state and other counties, there are a number of them that have that have shifted in the past from a county department over to the courts. You have a number of jurisdictions who have that same office in probation, and then you have another that have actually a nonprofit running. And I think, there's a question, that was a good question by Supervisor Cortez yesterday about neutrality and things. And I think it's worth having with the administration, with the courts, at least that discussion. At the same time, I think it still is a good idea to audit the department. Because I think, as I said before, 2 or 3 times, they haven't really been looked at besides the mandate portion study in 42 years. So I think it's fairness to do that, then have those discussions. I know the presiding judge is here, and she's gulping right now because I hadn't had a discussion with her about referring that discussion of the courts taking over. I think it's legitimate to do so, and I think there's substantial savings there. But at this point, I think I'm going to withdraw the request, and hopefully the board will support having those discussions with the courts and others.
Thank you. Cortese?
Yeah, I thank Supervisor Shirakawa for his approach to this. And since yesterday's I acknowledge that I had a lot of questions, primarily because I really studied up enough on all the nuance in the last 24 hours. My staff and I have worked hard at the work that you've done at the committee level. And, I think the whole board should be appreciative of your probing into some of the real nuances and details that have huge fiscal implications here. You definitely have my support. I know we had a chance to discuss this since yesterday on the dais, so I didn't know you were going to do this, but you certainly have my support ongoing as one board member, so that's 2 of us, in terms of continuing to take a hard look at this, and if your committee continues to do more work, I know as it comes to the Board of Supervisors, I'll be very interested, and I'll be very focused on your findings.
Sure, and I think it's good. We've so far, Jeff just mentioned the 80,000. We'll take up on the 22nd, so that's the beginning. I think there's a lot more, but I think to be reasonable and to work with all of our partners, I think we ought to have those discussions. So thank you.
Thank you. We do have 2 speakers, and I'll see if they want to speak. We're always happy to see Superior Court Judge Jamie Jacobs-May and Stephen Rowe. You're welcome to say a few words, but given that the item has been withdrawn, you might want to.
I'm fine and look forward to talking to everybody.
Great. And Mr. Rowe, are you fine, or did you? All right, thank you. Now, Maria, since that item is withdrawn, we don't need to take action on it. Is that correct?
Well, we have to approve the budget, I think.
Then I'll give you the motion, Supervisor Gage. Seconded. All right. Supervisor Niss.
I'm trying.
And that passes unanimously. Item 74.